Well, guys, 2025 is not off to a good start. We're only 2 days into the new year, and it definitely seems like we have two possible terrorist attacks. Now, there's no doubt about it, guys, that the attack in New Orleans was a terrorist attack. 15 people are now dead. They're dead. Now, also, there was a Cybertruck explosion. I believe this is actually in Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, at Trump Tower. Yeah, the Cybertruck exploded, and then there was like fireworks everywhere. We're finding out some new information about the gentleman here that was actually in the Cybertruck. His name is Matthew Allen Liversberger, and he is now deceased, just like the man that committed the terrorist act over there in New Orleans. Now, in the case of Matthew Liversberger, not exactly sure if this was a terrorist attack, because, folks, guess what? This man had shot himself in the head before the explosion. Now, I do believe he was actually trying to explode the Cybertruck. Now, if you actually look at the damage of the Cybertruck, it was on the back part that was actually damaged. But still, we got a report here from the officials on this Cybertruck, and we're going to go ahead and listen in. But make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can support us by becoming a channel member on YouTube or by clicking the join button on Rumble, because we have our member live stream every single Friday, and we appreciate the support. So let's go ahead and listen in to this clip here, folks.
So as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle.
Wow.
Obviously, in how we're trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence to include he rented the Turo vehicle. There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body. That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person, as well as the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas, and in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case. Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit. Again, something else that remains under investigation. And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles. As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army, He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group.
Wow, so this guy was actually active duty military right now at this moment. What was going through his head? And what are the odds, guys, that this man right here and the New Orleans terrorists would be connected by serving at the same military base? I mean, it is, wow, I don't even know what to say, to tell you the truth. I don't know what words to actually use about this. They serve at the same military base. Now, in the case of the guy in New Orleans, I believe he had actually been out the military for a while. So I highly doubt that they actually served together. I highly doubt that, guys. I mean, this is pretty astonishing, man. I mean, this is right outside Trump Tower, and guys, and we know that Trump, there was 2 assassination attempts on him. I don't know if that was any connection to this. I don't think so, because the guy actually blew his own brains out before the explosion. I mean, was he actually trying to cause the explosion? Probably so. Probably so, man. But man, this New Year's, man, is not off to a good start whatsoever. It's been a dumpster fire one day in to the new year. Also, by the way, guys, there was a shooting, a mass shooting really at a, I believe it's a nightclub in New York. 10 people got injured. I don't think anybody got killed, but still, what are we doing, folks? What are we doing? It is really, really crazy out there, guys. Really crazy. And from what we actually understand about the New Orleans terrorist guy, he actually wasn't I know he has like a Muslim name, and I believe that was actually his real name, but he wasn't a Muslim. Apparently he just converted, and apparently he was actually planning on killing his own family. Yeah, this dude definitely has some issues, man. Some real issues. But both of these guys, Army guys, serving at the same military base. Wow. Wow, not together. Highly doubt that it was together. Not exactly sure how old. No, he's 37 years old. So Matthew Livelsberger is 37, and Shamsuddin Jabbar, the New Orleans terrorist, I believe he was 42. So there's a 5-year age difference right there. But man, not a good way to actually start off the new year, guys. Not a good way to start off the new year, man. 2025 is off to a bad start. But I believe that better days are ahead. I'm optimistic still. But folks, there's no doubt about it, man, that this year is off to a very, very, very bad start. Yeah. Look at Andy No post here. The New York Post visited the Houston area home of New Orleans jihadist suspect Shamsuddin Jabbar. He lived by a mosque, and goats roam his yard. Many of his neighbors are Muslim migrants. Jabbar is a U.S. Army veteran who reportedly became a devout Muslim. I believe that was actually recently. I think within in the past year, where he actually became a Muslim. Wow, guys. This is all terrible news, man. All of this is terrible. And we still have, 363 more days to go in this year? Things are going to get better, guys. I truly do believe that. Things will get better. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.